very simple for the reason being it's a very simple credit decision for us. We try and minimise the amount of information required from customers and try and avoid getting accountants involved unnecessarily. Our credit policy requires very little information as far as financial data. We ask them very simple questions regarding years in business and type of business you're in. And my team do a simple credit check and have an approval process within just probably an hour or two. The critical things to highlight is a very fast, simple application and also a fast, simple settlement as well. I think to be able to potentially quote an application this morning, have it approved this afternoon and funded tomorrow means that customers can get their machine quicker and start working, making money. We generally go down to about 10,000 as a minimum and no maximum really. I mean, we go up to about 350,000 with no financials required. Once we reach that threshold, we certainly like to gather a bit more information where possible. But look, it's a really simple process, and generally that limit covers a lot of the gear that Delmade support. It's critical to match financial repayments with cash flow, essentially. So we look at each customer individually. No two customers are the same, so we like to have that conversation and work out exactly when is the best time to make repayments and not put that customer under any sort of cash flow pressure at any time of the year. So for some people, it might be simply monthly payments at a certain time of the month. For other people, it might be quarterly payments or even seasonal. We've got the ability to rise and lower each payment each month if required to really hone in on exactly the right time to make those payments. To minimise interest costs is basically pay the loan off as quick as you possibly can. So rather than just having one payment per year, it becomes very expensive because the interest is capitalising each month. If you can afford to chip away with a smaller monthly payment as well as the annual payment, that'll save a lot of interest over the life of the loan as well. We have a lot of clients will take the option to essentially repay the GST equivalent after they've claimed on their BAS state. So it just means you have the first couple of months of low payments, you give us a large, essentially 10% reduction off your debt, and then revert back to monthly payments again. By tipping that 10% equity back into the loan, essentially means your payments are 10% less, and your interest costs are reduced by an equivalent amount as well. Because it's a commercial loan and the fixed interest rate is tax deductible at the end of the day, it is a business loan. So to keep that cash in the bank for other priorities, opportunities that pop up during the cycle of farming, having that fixed interest rate and loan set aside allows farmers to grow their business better. Look, I think the important thing is our security is always the equipment only. We don't touch the farm or other assets. It's a very simple chattel mortgage agreement. We work with the customers to make sure that they're getting through a fixed 5-year period or 3-year period, or maybe, with that peace of mind that no matter what happens with the economy or the seasons or whatever it may be, you've got that peace of mind that you'll pay no more than what you fixed at the time. You've got that flexibility to do a payout at any stage with the machine. There's no payout penalties for an early termination. No extra fees are applicable. In actual fact, we discount the remaining interest portion. So you only ever pay the full interest cost of 5 years if the loan goes 5 years. So if you do have that good season where you want to reduce debt and trade that machine or update the machine, there's no extra cost involved. Yeah, if you are an existing client with Delmade or PFG Credit, it means we have your client data on file, which means it's very easy for us to recycle that same information, match it up with a new quote, and have an approval even quicker than the first one. We certainly disclose there's no hidden costs, the fees included in the finance quote, so you know exactly from day one exactly what the total cost of ownership will be at the end of term. So each loan contract that we sign up is connected to a direct debit linked to your main bank account. That direct debit for us is there's no cost for that to the customer. We just basically have that permission to automatically make each payment when it's due electronically. The direct debit can be set up as I said, to match cash flow essentially with the repayments, but importantly, you can actually nominate which day of the month you want those payments to fall due. For example, a dairy check may be coming in on 15th of each month, so we can set the payments coming out on the 16th of each month. We can do it at month end or month start, so very, very flexible options. It's important to look at the total cost over the life of the loan. Interest rates that are fixed, obviously, on the loan, from time to time may not disclose the full actual cost. If there are other fees or with other lenders, other fees and commissions paid, we don't get involved in that at all. We have a very clean, clear, concise offer that discloses everything up front, basically, that you're due to pay over the life of the loan. It's obviously a fixed interest rate that it's important to understand, because it's secured by the machine only and not secured by mortgages over the farm. It's not the same interest rate as the bank for that reason, but it's a convenient tool, obviously very, very simple and very, very quick, and a fair market rate for the service. When you're looking at a finance contract and interest rate and repayments, to actually look at the total cost at the end of the loan and make sure there's no hidden fees, no hidden commissions, etc. We're more than happy to look at a competitor quote and compare the numbers and make sure you actually are getting exactly what you're paying for. Our parent company is, we're part of the Rabobank Group. You can pick up the phone and talk to us in Melbourne at these days if you do have questions about your new loan or the application process, or obviously helping you make those payments when the time comes. Always happy to chat to customers, get involved where possible, and support the industry.